Buddy Joey JayPing here, checking it live, man. RespectMyRegion.com. Back on another episode of the RMR Podcast. Today is the 114th official episode, and this one today brought to you guys by Seedless Media. For those of you guys watching, make sure to tap in. Seedless Media is what we would describe as one of the best premier full-service marketing agencies for cannabis retailers. I'm struggling here because I have already done 4 product reviews this morning to prepare for this podcast, to be in that perfect mental state. So you guys already know we're smoking on that good. Today's joint actually brought to you guys by Lazy River Products, and where'd I have it right here? Oh, who's this little guy? You know what I'm saying? You know, we had to do that Orange Julius Heirloom Collective disposable vape today as well. Review coming soon on YouTube. But before we get into any of this other crazy stuff, we got to focus on my boys here today. The boys out here, man. We got Heirloom Collective's Elijah, Director of Marketing, here in the middle. We got Grant Barton, Founder, COO of DopeApps, over there. This way, that way. 2 slots. He's looking good over there. Look at that beautiful stash, man, coming in hot today in this beautiful morning, man. I appreciate you guys. Good morning. It's almost noon there. How you guys living?
Hey, great to be here. Good to see you again. It's been a little while, so great to be back with Respect My Region.
Come on, baby.
It's still 8:30 in the morning out here in Washington where DopeApps is based, but great morning so far.
I love it, man. Shout out the 206, the 425, the 360, the 509 coming in hot. Just want to bang those real quick one time. We don't get enough Washington love here on the RMR network anymore these days. But today's episode is not about Washington. It will be a little bit with the history of DopeApps, right? But today's focus is actually going to be a data-driven conversation, a curated conversation around Heirloom Collective and you guys together, DopeApps times Heirloom Collective. So that obviously includes Heirloom Collective with cultivation, retail, manufacturing, a couple locations as well. We'll talk about that with you, Elijah. And then we'll touch base on the digital experience with you, Grant, and we'll focus on what you guys do as a power team, right, in the marketing world to drive revenue for the brands. And so first, let's start off with what I would believe the core focus of this convo is the retail side. Elijah, talk to me a little bit about what you do and the company that is the Heirloom Collective, please.
Definitely, yeah. Well, as you said before, I'm the Director of Marketing at the Heirloom Collective. We're a multi-location, vertically integrated dispensary in Massachusetts, Western Massachusetts. And we do everything from growing, producing, retail, wholesale. And DopeApps has been very integral in helping us to communicate with our community on the retail side of things. So Very happy to be here today talking with you and Grant about everything we've done together.
I remember how powerful let me go back. I remember how excited you were to share with me how powerful DopeApps was and still is to this day when it comes to your guys' retail experience. One of the questions I remember asking right away was, well, if it's so powerful, that means that you had to have converted your people that go to the store to download the app. And that's not an easy feat in 2024, even going back to when I was a brand ambassador with Leafly, trying to go around and get people to download their app with unlimited swag at the end of the day, right? The most swag you could ever think of when I was at Leafly, giving it away for a download. And so I have to ask again, bring this back to light. It's been surprisingly simple and easy for you to craft a retail experience that created an exchange point where people were downloading this app, and that in turn can improve communication drastically with your customers.
Exactly. Yeah, we've always had a very good relationship with our customers. Community is one of the pillars of what we do here. So it was very easy to, talk our customers into migrating into the app just because of all of the value and the ease of use that's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's been huge for really laying those communication lines for people. Talking to customers in this industry is definitely difficult. And the push notifications and the opted in ecosystem that we've created with DopeApps has really helped us to, be able to communicate more effectively and more consistently with our customer base.
Those are powerful words alone right there. Being able to communicate effectively and consistently with their consumer base. Now let's go ahead and bring you into this convo, Grant. I want you to please, you're the COO, you're the founder of DopeApps. Tell me a little bit about your background starting DopeApps, and then we're going to dive in and peel back some of these layers about your guys' relationship here.
Yeah, so I started in the legacy industry, hashing, when I was a youngster. Got a degree in economics, started to do some retail consulting for dispensaries and grows, and kind of saw a hole in the industry in client retention, in the ability to communicate with clients when text messaging has been so hit or miss over the years in the industry. So I wanted to develop a platform with my partners, our CEO Sean and our CTO Jeshurun, to kind of allow for a place where a consumer can go to order, but they can also get information about the dispensaries. The dispensary can send out push notifications with deals, which run compliantly versus a lot of text messaging kind of falls in a gray area of compliance. And it also allows Heirloom's customers to watch their rewards stack up in app as they're doing their ordering. It's got a really fluid integration with Alpine IQ, Heirloom's Dutchie Plus ecosystem for ordering. And we also have a ton of other integrations that we can do for any other customer. So it's a flexible product too. It's not just made for the high-end dispensaries like Heirloom that have spent a ton of money on their tech stack. It can kind of fit into any tech stack. It really helps when a dispensary is super community oriented like Heirloom is, because they can get a lot more adoption in that mobile app. They can push a lot more messaging through that mobile app, which allows that messaging to turn into return on investment for the dispensary.
I think dispensaries they have to focus a lot on that, ROI, right? That's a huge thing. ROAS, right? Return on ad spend, right? There's these things that have to correlate. If the math isn't mathing and then the budget's not budget, right? Like something that I've started saying recently, because there's a lot of different varieties of resources out there. You mentioned text messaging. We know apps. Then there's e-com and webs. And then there's all these different point of sales out there that exist. Dutchie Plus for this combo, Alpine IQ integrations. There's a bunch of stuff out there at the end of the day, right? For the Heirloom Collective, the tech stack that you guys have, Elijah, talk to me a little bit about, making some of those decisions when it comes to DopeApps and these other partners, because you guys are a multi-store location. You guys have a unique situation. You have to run your own playbook and create your own ecosystem.
Definitely, yeah. So DopeApps has been very central to our entire e-commerce stack. Like you said, we also do have a native website, and we run through Alpine IQ as well. And the goal has really been to try to create as succinct and kind of closed loop as a system as possible. So, anybody who finds us through our website, it's very easy for them to then go download our app and start, accruing rewards for cool prizes and accessories. And yeah, really having the push notification messaging really mirror what we're doing with our newsletter messaging, and really help to communicate our deals, the events that we'll be at, what we're doing in the community. All of that has been very kind of centrally pushed through our app.
I remember when you guys were showing it to me there when we were doing a tour of the store, that just how easy it was to scroll, click on the different images, the high quality graphics and assets that you guys were creating. You guys had a process that you have fine-tuned to create what I would call a seamless app experience that definitely mimicked web, but in many ways was better than web, right?
Appreciate
it
that.
looked
Yeah,
like web and it operated like web, but on a tablet and they're in the store, obviously that's an app, app body style, right? But being able to click those photos, Grant, you texted me yesterday and you said, yo, the terpenes are on the app. We have this on there for education, right? Our most popular strains. It's important to talk about those things and have that information readily available. Bud tenders and an app, although you might want to prioritize one over the other, ultimately they're visual aids to both. They're a presentational aid to each other. And I think that this is both a complementary tool while also providing a seamless situation for an exchange to happen without a human, right? And I think that's incredibly important.
In my opinion, Heirloom does an amazing job managing their inventory, getting really nice photos into their back end, and getting really good product information into their back end. And we all know there's only so much space on a jar, right? When you grab a gram of concentrate or an eighth, there's only so much space to put information for the consumer on there. So what we're doing with Heirloom is we're really focusing in the mobile app on educating the consumer on what they're smoking, what the terpenes are, what the percentages of cannabinoids, THC, all of that different stuff is, so that they can actually have that experience before they even pick up the product in store, right?
Yeah.
They already know what they're looking for. They're already educated on these products in the mobile app before they even check out and go pick it up in store. So it's a really good educational tool. It's a really good informational tool, and it's a really good tool for Elijah to run all the deals he has through. I think we run about 10 different deals through the app at any given time, and they alternate every week for the Heirloom Collective. So we switch them out every Thursday night, every Sunday night for those.
I remember you also, when we were in person there together, you guys were having a real-time conversation about switching out those assets and the value behind rotating out, having fresh assets, even if it's the same information, but still having fresh assets. And the reason, and then Grant, you talking about some of the data that goes into just having just fresh sets of things that captures attention, right?
It's all about catching the consumer's eye and directing them towards the products you want them to purchase, the products you want to move off the shelf faster, the products you're overstocked on. Like, there's a lot of different ways you can utilize the app to help your business outside of just selling cannabis. You can actually use it to make your inventory more organized, to push through products you're trying to get rid of, all of that sort of deal.
Now, Elijah, talk to me a little bit about the Heirloom Collective. Let's go ahead and set a little bit more of paint a little bit more of a fuller picture. Where are your guys' locations at, and where is that at geographically in Mass?
Definitely. So both of our locations are Western Mass based. We have our grow is in Berniston, Massachusetts, and we actually have a retail location on the same property there. And then we have a second retail location that's also co-located with a medical use, which was actually the first that we opened up back in 2020. So those are our two locations right now. And yeah, things are jamming. It's a great industry to be in, and DopeApps is really helping us to, like Grant was saying, to communicate with our customers, really segment people into different audiences and connect with them, their unique purchasing habits, whether it's how often they come in or the products that they're looking for, to really help kind of back to what you were saying before, to help really prime the experience for the user, and educate them before they come into the store. We have a fantastic grow team. We're very intentional with the products that we create here, and the app has been huge in allowing us to both showcase those and educate consumers on them.
Look at that. There she is, that $100 kitchen sink, baby, 28 grams. Come on. This is exciting, man. I mean, going back to what we were just saying, the imagery is huge, ranging from the flower to the ounce bag to various jars, the logo. I remember this salmon brand. That's cool to see there again. And then also too, you guys curate by category, right? There's people that just come in and are like, all right, cool, yeah, this is the best sellers real quick. Oh, yep, okay, cool, bet. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and go straight to my, oh yeah, I need my extract, right? I need to get some dabs. You guys have a variety of extracts that you guys offer there, batters, diamonds and sauce, some of the sugar right here. Look at that right there, man. You guys got some good stuff. And look at these dab pictures you guys got. Shout out whoever this photographer is, man, because this is exactly what if I were to hold this up, this is exactly what it would look like.
We really want our consumers to be able to see what they're going to purchase beforehand. A lot of the imagery you see out there is just packaging, And it's great to see packaging, but we want consumers to really be able to know what they're going to get, and what they can expect.
Now this is a hell of an experience, man. Now, I gotta check out what do I like to smoke? We gotta go to the flower real quick, fellas. What do we got going on here? Okay, we got some chopped cherry, we got that chocolatina. There's and it's funny too, Massachusetts, you all got some really good flower out there, man. Elijah, talk to me about some of your favorite strains. I know you're a smoker. We smoked big there in that parking lot before we went and ate at that wonderful restaurant there. Like, talk to me about some of your guys' popping strains, bro.
Fire.
Yeah, no, definitely. A big smoker myself. I think we just went past the blueberry muffin, which is definitely one of my favorite strains.
Oh yeah, this one right here. Look at that beautiful rich purple there. It creates this wonderful sour blueberry aroma. And for only $25, that's a deal
I've ever had.
Big fan of that one. Yeah, obviously we're very well known for the kitchen sink here. Kind of a staple strain that we've been growing since very early on. So that's always a great time too. And then myself, I'm a little bit more partial to indicas. So like, red elder, very nice kind of red winey, grapey taste to it, and super sedating. I like to smoke that after a nice long day of work. So
there we go.
It's hard to find something I don't like to smoke, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you guys got some solid flavor variety. That was one thing I enjoyed. Black Lime Reserve, Peanut Butter Lady, Kitchen Sink, Red Elder. There was a variety of things. I mean, inside the grow, some really impressive stuff there as well. I mean, coming back away from the website, I'll bring it back over here for us. Grant, I want to talk a little bit about what you've noticed from a data and app perspective, right? Now, to me, I think this is something that you and I, and obviously, Elijah here is director of marketing. He has to align on it as well, but there's got to be data surrounding, the certain strains that people particularly enjoy, or maybe it's certain categories move a little faster. Can you speak to some of the velocity of categorical sales? What are some of those hot selling categories that you're noticing there in Massachusetts there with Heirloom?
So Heirloom pushes through their flower and their edibles really fast in store. As we know, concentrates are a little more niche on average, but Heirloom does really well in the vape categories. Like you shown earlier, that disposable that they have, those are all new, and those actually sell pretty well through the mobile app. Currently, we're dropping an average of about $115,000 a month through Heirloom's mobile app, with around 1,800 active users. So those are users that have ordered in the last 45 days. Heirloom is still bringing on new customers to their app every single day. We got 9 downloads yesterday. So even though it's like a well-established app, having massive orders going through it on a regular basis, they're still bringing on new people. They're still getting more loyal customers.
Yep.
And really, once people get into this app environment, we don't really see them leave. So once they're locked into that app, getting push notifications with deals and stuff, they're only going to order off that mobile app from there on out. That's the average trend that we see.
Yeah, because at that point they download it, they set up the profile, they're able to select some preferences, they're able to start putting some things. A combination of recommendations can happen, purchase history can happen, and then, as you said, deal flow from a notification standpoint. At this point, they should be getting a solid culture created, which is built on a series of habits, right?
And we see about an $18 higher average cart size in a mobile app than a website.
People always love sticking extra stuff in the carts.
Yeah, always do.
I always do it too, man. Let me just click, and then I go in there and I'm like, all right, delete. All right, let me go ahead and add that one back. I need that one still. And it's so funny. It always works.
Yeah, one program that Heirloom's doing that I think has been really successful so far in driving downloads and getting visibility on the app is they have a refer a friend program that we integrate with through Alpine. And if you refer a friend, you get a penny pre-roll at Heirloom. And that's driven a lot of like new customers. Hadley's really close to a college. So as people age into smoking age, or if they start college with a medical card, the mobile app is the perfect place to place those college students.
Absolutely.
They're used to that environment. They know how to navigate it well. That's their preferred shopping habits. But we've actually seen for Heirloom a wide variety of ages signing up for their mobile app. Like Bernardston, the average user is a little older. You're in your like mid 40s, whereas Hadley, you're looking at like 30s as the average user. So it's really interesting how we can kind of like bridge these age gaps with a piece of technology that's just really easy and coherent to use for the consumer. Like it's not just a young person's game, and it is the easiest way for, you know, the older generations to order, but they're actually like learning it, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say some of your favorite products are now that you've been working with them for a couple years? I know that you're a consumer as well, Grant. What are some of your favorite Heirloom products?
Yeah, so I've smoked through probably the entire Heirloom catalog at this point. But favorite strains from them, the Sour Apple. That it puts out fat nugs too. Like Massachusetts, in my opinion, is not necessarily known for its like fatty heads like maybe California is, but that Sour Apple from Heirloom is crazy. Blueberry muffin, as I was saying, some of my favorite blueberry trips in the industry. Their hash rosin, very good. I think you tried the purple moonstone. They have a strain called Slap and Tickle, and I really love that as both a flower and a rosin. I think that's one of my favorite rosins. I still have a stock of like 4 or 5 grams on in the fridge, you know, keeping it good for later. But
I also want to throw this one in there. I really enjoyed those sleep gummies, Elijah.
Oh, I'm glad you liked them, brother. Yeah, you were saying that you like those sleep products, so we had to make sure.
I definitely enjoyed those.
You taste the rosin in their rosin cubes, which is
but here's the deal. I wanted those sleep gummies to be chews. That was the deal. They were gummies, right?
Okay,
and so, but other than that, that's just me being picky. I ate every single one of them. The formulation was solid. Excuse me. I just really was like, I was freezing the chews and eating them that way. Like I told you, I love freezing candy and then eating it cold. The chews went crazy like that. And then the rainbow variety mix pack, the gummy pack, it was pretty good as well. But because they were gummies, they all froze together when the gelatin, which was okay because then I got to eat a couple different flavors at the same time. But
yeah, our gummies aren't necessarily made to be frozen. You can definitely do it that way, but yeah, maybe a chew is something to take to the product team at some point.
Oh man, just for those sleep ones, like it was just so fire. I loved all those sleep rosin chews, man. There was something special about those.
Hey, glad you could get a good night's sleep from them.
Personally, I would take a gummy over a chew any day, just because I don't like how the chews get caught up in my teeth and like stick that THC flavor to me.
Interesting. I feel that. I feel that. Well, here's what I ended up doing. I ended up just eating both at the same time and getting about 50% of what I wanted and twice as high. So it was just extremely valuable.
That's the problem. They taste so good, you can't stop snacking on them. You know?
Yeah, it was a little rough. I definitely woke up this morning still pretty groggy because that's just because I ate like 3 of them and I didn't need to do that. Now, fellas, we've talked about who Heirloom Collective is. We've talked about where their locations are. We've talked about what DopeApps does. We talk about how you guys work together to sell more cannabis. Now, before we get you guys out of here, I've got 2 more questions. What would you guys say are some of the core focuses that you guys have in your relationship that allows you guys to succeed and continue succeeding over time?
It's a great question. Yeah. I think our passion for cannabis is central to everything we're doing here. And then we're both very big on the community. So everything kind of flows from there. And the relationship we have with the team at DopeApps is fantastic. They're very responsive, very intelligent. They really know what they're doing over there. So really just the team that we've built working together, I'm excited to see where we can take this next.
Honestly, me and Elijah have been working together for the last 2 years, grinding out this mobile app. I think about 2 years and 8 months ago now, Heirloom signed and was our first client. And in the last 2 years, Elijah's become one of my best friends. We've grinded it out on lots of different e-commerce projects together. I gave him some input on their new website design, and it does a really beautiful job of like mirroring the apps, so they kind of go in conjunction together. And just like building really strong relationships with our clients and making sure that the end consumer of our product is really happy with our product. So we're never a burden on Heirloom or any of our dispensary shoulders. We kind of just like slot nicely into their current tech stack so that they can continue operations as is. They can just have that environment where they can push consumers for client retention and cheap, actually just free messaging capabilities, because all of the push notifications they send out are completely free for the dispensary.
Huge. Instead of nickel and diming him, or in the case of SMS or MMS, where they fraction of a penny you to death. At this point, and then the deliverable rates and all the hoopla and hoops and bells and whistles surrounding that, it's just a giant mess, right? At the end of the day, it is effective when it works.
Don't
But
cost
damn, man, someone's already on their phone. So here's the deal, right? You can't message somebody that they didn't sign up through your shit, right? So at the end of the day, getting them to convert into your text messaging list versus an app that you have fuller control of, it doesn't make as much sense to do the text messaging if you have to convert somebody to something anyways. And you actually get greater control in terms of customization, budget, cost, I would say efficacy, all of these things through DopeApps comparatively through a text messaging provider. The text messaging provider, as he said, gray area. It's not compliant to use text messaging. It might be a lot of people's best tool or best weapon, but that doesn't mean that that's going to be around for forever or all the time, or that it's working as effectively as 100% plus free, right? So with DopeApps, you get a Dope app, you get free direct messaging, push notifications to these consumers, customization, data, and a direct line to my guy Grant here, who can definitely walk you guys through a series of plays that you can run to establish a playbook that can be utilized to grow revenue at your dispensary.
Yeah, so we have a 99% delivery rate with push notifications on average. I think the industry as a whole is seeing like 65% delivery rate on text messaging. So considering push notifications are free and direct to consumers that have opted in as over 21 and have agreed to accept said push notifications, which are the two components that make them compliant in Massachusetts. Push notifications are just kind of unrivaled for what you can do. And it doesn't cost us any money to send push notifications, so we're not going to charge our clients for that stuff either.
Let's go, man. Tapping in. Elijah, do you have anything you'd like to leave the people with?
No, just excited to see what the 2025 market has for us. We really appreciate everybody who's been supporting Heirloom for the last 4 years, and very excited to be here, serving the community and working with awesome people like you, Joey, and you, Grant, to help communicate with the public.
You got anything going on for the end of the year? 2024 is almost over. What you got coming up?
Yeah, we got a couple big events that we're doing with the Summit Lounge out in Worcester. You actually there for our last event in September. So continuing to do some, a Christmas event and a Green Wednesday event as well. And
Amazing.
then, just selling some weed to people,
Let's go. Heirloom Collective community builders getting it in. Do you want to drop the dates on the events?
Yeah, we got, I believe it's the 26th of October and the 18th of December. And then we also have an event at the Summit Lounge on the 9th of October as well for the Harvest Cup.
Wow, that's sick. And where do people reach out to get a hold of you guys for the events or to come or to participate?
So you can get our website right on the events page, also on the app. And then, you can also come into the store and talk to any one of our customer service reps. They're always here to, educate and get to know our communities.
Sick, dude. I appreciate you sharing that information, and I very much wish I could go. I'm heading to Houston this afternoon to go hang out for my mom's birthday, so I'll be there for the next few days,
Well, happy
and then
birthday,
going to
mom. Yeah.
spring. Come on, man, going gotta help be there for mom's b day, and then family with family in Texas. I'm sorry, in Alabama for Christmas this year, so I'll be down there around that time. But Grant, what you got coming up for the end of the year, brother?
Yeah, DopeApps actually has 3 really exciting developments launching before the end of the year. The first one is we're launching a admin panel for all our customers, so they can change out all of their own banners and everything in app, edit the app whenever they want. It'll also have full data analytics, and then right now we have a secondary admin panel for our push notifications that is going to be brought into that admin panel.
Amazing.
The second thing we're launching is completely custom pages. So instead of right now, the menu, profile, and homepage are customizable, dispensaries will now be able to build out any custom pages that they want to build out in app and link them to any section of the app. So basically, the app will be infinitely expandable with information and different ways to sell product, however a dispensary wants to do it. We're going to be able to add new tabs to the bottom. And then the third thing we're actually launching is AI recommendations. So right now, our system just does recommendations based on similar products, like an Heirloom's menu, like they'll match an indica to an indica. But we're actually doing an update so that it's going to be your purchasing habits that drive those AI recommendations rather than similar products.
Amazing. That's going to be a much more intuitive and custom and personalized, not customized, but personalized to the different consumers.
Exactly.
That's dope.
That's the goal.
Come on, man. DopeApps out here enhancing the value, enhancing the dopeness, the Heirloom Collective on the receiving side of all that. Let's go, man. And a perfect example of technology meets cannabis coming together. I appreciate you guys both for being here with me today, man. This was another episode of the RMR Podcast, y'all. Officially today, episode 114. We've got Grant Barton, founder and COO of DopeApps. Reach out to him. What's the best way to get a hold of you, Grant?
Sign up for a demo at dopeapps.com or shoot me a text at 206-799-4343.
Let's go. I love it when he bangs the 206 phone number real quick. That's exactly what I would have done, bro. Let's go. You know what? Hit me direct if you want to. If you're serious about making money at your dispensary and your delivery.
We can make it happen fast if you call me.
Let's go. Elijah, I appreciate you being here as well. Director of Marketing at the Heirloom Collective. Thank you guys both. Anything you got to get off your chest before we get you out of here?
No, just a pleasure meeting with both of you, and yeah, look forward to doing this again sometime.
Come on, baby. We'll get another one of these scheduled. You already know coming up. RMR World Tour 2025 coming soon. Today's episode brought to you guys by Seedless Media. Type seedless.media in your URL. Check it out, y'all. Full service marketing agency for cannabis retailers. Tap in if you need them or hit me direct as well. 206-488-3838. Bang another 206 number because we can, baby. Hey, this is the North American Weed Tour, and today we talked all things Massachusetts. Cannabis, retail, cultivation, marketing, strains, all the good stuff. If you guys